the hardest thing about being away for so long? You miss them?
It's hard to even express how much I miss my family back home. Just the day-to-day things, just, you know, tell them a good night, finding out what happened during the day. We text, we FaceTime, but it's nothing like being there when they get off the bus from school. And my youngest was so cute. He's like, can't wait for you to come home so you can make homemade tacos.
Oh, wow.
He said we had way too much pizza. I'm like, oh, my poor babies.
Wow. So you're leaving on June 2nd?
Actually, Nia and I are staying a couple extra days. We'll leave on June 5th.
Okay.
So we have some projects and some meetings already scheduled here in LA. So we're going to leave the last flight out on June 5th.
Okay. Now, do you see yourself and Nia coming back to LA pretty quickly?
If Nia had her way, Nia would be here. Nia would never leave, honestly. But I hope there will be opportunities to come back to LA sometime this summer. If the projects all go well, there would be a good reason to come back to LA sooner than later.
Now, what about next season? Have you signed contracts for the next season, or how do you feel about that?
Well, we're still waiting to hear if there's going to be a season 6. It hasn't been officially picked up or anything, so we're waiting and seeing. You know, tomorrow's Nationals, so we have to see how. We haven't finished out this season, so everyone keeps saying, oh, we made it to the finish line. Like, no, I haven't crossed that finish line. Until I cross that finish line, I can't even begin to start thinking about the next competition season.
Yeah.
It's been a tough one this year. It's been full of lots of highs, some lows, so we just have to, you know, sit back and evaluate.
One thing that I really admire about you is that I feel like you know that this is a great opportunity for Nia, once in a lifetime, but you also know that it's not the end-all be-all. Like, this isn't it. There's a whole other world out there, and I really get that from you. So that, yeah.
I'm glad you get that perspective, because I think in the competitive dance world, and because we're in entertainment and our kids want to be stars, you do get caught up in that. It's easy to get caught up at that. And it's like a race, it's a competition. I'm like, you know, there are real world problems. These are not real world problems. You know, you gotta keep this in perspective. And so having that healthy balance, it's good, because you can lose that perspective. Even if they want to be in entertainment, you have to have that balance of what's a real problem, what's a real issue, what's your issue. And I'm glad you could get that perspective that I tried. I'm not perfect, but I do try.
Yeah, how do you keep so grounded when things can get so out of hand, when you want to go for this opportunity and that, and this person's calling you? How do you just keep it between the lines?
Honestly, I try to stay true to myself, my character, know your worth, know, like, you know what, we're worth more than that, we deserve better. But also at the same time, I think at the end of the day, you have to have faith. And there are tons of opportunities this season where people were discouraging me from taking a leap of faith, like, don't do it, you're going to regret the decision. I'm like, no, I have to take a leap of faith. I know that this is the right thing to do. And just trusting yourself, trusting your gut, trusting God is all going to work out. Everything happens for a reason.
I agreed. Do you feel like sometimes the risk is worth the reward? Because you've taken really big risks throughout the season where you didn't know what was going to happen. So you're a risk taker.
I am. It's so funny. I'm very conservative in many ways, but I'd like to take an educated risk. I want my kids to learn to do that as well, and I don't want them to be afraid of the unknown. And I have no regrets. It hasn't been an easy journey, but the journey has been so worthwhile, and I don't know what the future holds, but this ride has been incredible, and I would not trade one aspect of it for anything.
Well, we don't know what the future holds exactly, but Holly, with a mom like you, it's going to be pretty good. Exactly. I just love how you took everything into your own hands when you felt like something might not work out for your daughter. You really just pushed it for what you want and what Nia wanted.
Absolutely. I take my cue from Nia, and honestly, I said from the very beginning, we're not going to go to LA and wait for an opportunity. If someone wants to work with Nia and there's an opportunity, I'm going to take it. Who wouldn't do that? I mean, you're not going to wait your turn. Like, not yet. I have to wait. I've been waiting 4 years. This is our 5th season, and if the opportunity presented itself, I was taking it because someone wanted to work with Nia. Why wouldn't I take that advantage of that? And I always said when we were coming out to LA, which is a big endeavor, a huge risk, just to leave my family and make that sacrifice, I'm like, go big or go home. If I'm coming out here, I'm going for it. Right. And so that's it.
All right. All right, you guys heard it. Go big or go home from Dance Mom Holly.
Thank you so much, Candice.
Thank you, Holly.